Let's talk about summer, shall we? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're diving into a what if scenario regarding one of my favorite indie films, if we can call it like that, 500 Days of Summer. Specifically, what if Tom and Summer had never met, and that coming from Tom's point of view. How would things unfold for him? What would be different? What would change? I'm going to dive into all of that soon enough. Imagine a world where Summer never applies to the company where Tom works. She never gets the job, and so they never cross paths. Tom's life remains largely unchanged. He would likely continue working at the greeting card company, a job that pays the bills but drains his creativity. Summer was the spark that reignited his passion for architecture, a passion that he had been buried under layers for routine and resignation. Without her, Tom might never have been pushed to question his career or his life choices. He'd stay stuck, settling for a job that offers comfort but not fulfillment. The creative fire inside him would slowly dim, leaving him in a life that feels safe, but ultimately unfulfilling and unremarkable. Tom's relationship with Summer, though it ended in a heartbreak, was a crucial catalyst for his personal growth. Without her, Tom might have taken a different romantic path, perhaps entering into a more conventional relationship that felt secure but lacked depth. Those other relationships might have been easier, but they wouldn't have challenged him or forced him to confront his own flaws and unrealistic expectations of love. Because Tom is a hopeless romantic, that was told from the get-go. He might have found someone who fit the mold of what he thought he wanted, but without the profound lessons learned from Summer, these relationships would likely be less transformative. Tom's journey through love would have been simpler, but also shallower, shall I say, leaving him with fewer insights into who he is and what he truly needs. Summer taught Tom one of the most important lessons of his life, that love isn't always a fairy tale. It's messy, unpredictable, and sometimes it doesn't last. Without experiencing this, Tom might have continued to view love through rose-colored lenses, holding on to a naive belief in fate and soulmates. This idealization would set him up for future disappointments, as he repeatedly expected love to conform to his fantasies rather than accepting it for what it is, a complex and often imperfect part of life. Without Summer, Tom wouldn't have learned that sometimes people's feelings change, and that doesn't make love any less real. He'd miss out on the growth that comes from heartbreak and the understanding that love in all its forms is a learning experience. Now I've been using the term love pretty loosely all throughout the video, because if we're being honest, it wasn't really a relationship that they had. Like, Summer from the get-go was like, this is not what I'm looking for. I am not looking for a relationship. I'm not looking to settle down. So he kind of had an idea on what he was getting himself into. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to keep using terms like love and relationships, just so you can get a general idea. I want to touch on the continued idea and fantasy of the one to Tom. Meeting Summer forced Tom to confront the idea that quote-unquote the one might not exist in the way he imagined. She wasn't the perfect person he had built up in his mind, and that realization was crucial in helping him mature emotionally. Without her, Tom might have continued searching for that perfect idealized partner, a search that would have inevitably led to a frustration and dissatisfaction. He'd be chasing a fantasy, constantly comparing real relationships to an unattainable ideal. This pursuit could leave him feeling unfulfilled, as no one could ever live up to the impossible standards that he set. Summer's presence in his life challenged him to let go of this idealization and accept love for what it is, messy and complex overall. Summer didn't just shake up Tom's love life, she also reignited his passion for architecture. Her influence led him to quit his job at the greeting card company and finally pursue his dream. Without meeting her, Tom might have delayed or even abandoned this pursuit, convincing himself that his dream was unattainable or unrealistic. He'd remain in a job that offered stability but lacked meaning, slowly losing touch with the creative spark that once defined him. His talent and passion for architecture would be wasted, In this alternate reality, Tom's potential as an architect would remain unrealized, and he'd be left wondering what could have been. Despite the ups and downs of their relationship, Summer brought moments of joy, connection, and even a sense of belonging to Tom's life. Without meeting her, Tom might have faced a deeper sense of loneliness. His unfulfilling career and lack of meaningful relationships would leave a void that he'd struggle to fill. He might turn to shallow, surface-level connections that don't satisfy his deeper emotional needs, leading to a persistent feeling of emptiness. Without Summer, Tom wouldn't have experienced the highs and the lows of a relationship that, even though is flawed, made him feel alive. This loneliness could push him further into his shell, making it even harder for him to break free from his stagnant life. The events of 500 Days of Summer set Tom on a specific path, one of self-discovery, heartbreak, and ultimately growth. Without Summer, his life might have taken a completely different turn. Maybe he would have met someone else who pushed him in a different direction, someone who offered stability but didn't challenge him in the same way. This alternate path could lead to a more predictable, less shaky life, but also one with fewer opportunities for personal growth. The experiences and heartbreaks Tom went through with Summer were crucial in shaping his understanding of love, life, and himself. She set him up, got him ready, and without her, he might have ended up in a life that was easier but far less meaningful. And that, my friends, is the butterfly effect. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you think things would have played out differently, I would love to have your take. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.